wanna see. Come on if you're with us, let us hear you scream. We're gonna say it proud, we love our country and we like it loud.
I gather it's time to get up.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm Lorenzo.
Well, I'm glad to meet you. I'm Grady Rich. I'm cooking your breakfast. If you want breakfast, you're going to have to put on your clothes. You can't come bare-chested to the table.
And I apologize.
Lorenzo seems like a great guy. He's very easy to talk to.
I don't think she was really aware that I was naked under that towel. I'll get dressed, Granny. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's good to meet you. JR thought it would be good for his new friends to wake up to a big country breakfast. And he thought nobody was better to do that for him than his granny. You need the job of breaking all those eggs?
Grandma, I never cook.
You never cook.
Never. Check this out. Who am I? Betty Crocker.
Michaela, she's decided she's a gourmet cook now because she broke eggs.
What can I whip you up, Chris?
Some scrambled eggs sound great.
I don't know the difference between instant and scratch. It all tasted the same to me, and they were phenomenal. You guys, did you try the eggs?
They're very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Somebody made them. Just super hot and great.
Yay!
Who knew I could cook? Thank you, guys.
I wrote this great song this morning. It's a duet. You want to hear it a little bit? I would love to share it with you because it just came out of me this morning.
What's it called?
It's called Digging Deep Duet. I asked him to look at these lyrics I had written this morning because when I got here, I felt very inspired. Does it have to be that way, digging it all up for us to see? I work hard to earn my pay. Can't we just relax and let things be? And remember the phrase to honor in and we can talk then. Maybe make love. It just seems wrong that I can't hear more often from you. Bridge.
This is a very long song.
I know.
That almost reads like a screenplay to me, and that makes sense.
It's a story. Everyone keeps saying story.
Yeah. Well, that's right. And now you got to condense it where it's about 3 minutes long.
This song ended up being like really, really long. And so I'm going to go back to the song and see if I can't take the best of the whole thing. And that is very intimidating. It's hard not to be self-conscious at something that you've never done. So I have a lot to learn.
The most important part of the show is the songwriting aspect of it. How's it going?
I was looking forward to
Good
this.
seeing you. Creating that song, it's the hardest thing they're going to have to do. And so I have called in some of the most talented songwriters in the world. I've got 2 writers for each one of you, and I've put a lot of thought into this. So I'd like to start with Sean Young. We had an interesting conversation today. You said, I wrote a song this morning. So we sit down and she starts reading and we get to about page 9 or 10. It's a great idea for a song. So I thought it would be nice to let you just run wild with your ideas and put a couple of the best structure songwriters that I know of. Keith Follacy and Adrian Follacy right over here. Come on back this way.
Very nice to meet you.
All right, dude. Part of Gone Country for me is I take each cast member and I assign 2 professional big-time songwriters for each cast member so they can have a better chance at writing a great song.
I was definitely really anxious to get with my writers because I really haven't been a songwriter for too long. I wrote a couple tracks with NSYNC, and most of those didn't make the American album. I throw out the first thing that comes to my head because I always think the first thing that comes to my head is the first thing that comes to everybody's head, and that's the boring thing.
That's how we learn to sing harmony, singing country music. So I feel I'm reconnecting with my roots. I'm really just overwhelmed because the Jackson family does not know that I've gone country. They're gonna go wild.
Rehabs for quitters?
I mean, play it off.
That's a line, right?
I like rude country. I'm gonna try to write hard drinking, hard fighting country.
Lorenzo was talking about, riding bikes and doing the whole thing, and you said something about iron horses. I just want to put that in your head.
Yeah.
That's just something about that visual. And, this dude out here killing it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Just an idea.
We got some that's going to kill it.
This show is a competition. Country music's not a hobby. It's not a piggyback ride for people to take. The person who has the best shot at going country is the person that takes this seriously and is willing to put it all on the line.
After the great meeting with the writers, we're so hungry, we're so excited. We're so tired.
I checked the kitchen and there's nothing here. Look at this.
Nothing.
It's
I
hideous.
told him about it.
So we get this note from JR saying he had a big dinner for us outside.
Don't worry, I wouldn't let you go hungry. Head out the back door and into the woods. Hike along the creek for a half mile?
Let the macho people do it.
You got to come.
Why do we have to go on a hike for a
Because we need the moral support. We need our gals. Go on. I'll be waiting here.
We tried to get Irene Cara to come with us, but she didn't want to come. Are you coming?
No, I can't. I wasn't that hungry at that moment, and I was concerned that I wouldn't have time to focus on doing what I needed to do for my song. Don't get bit by snakes, Sean. Be careful.
I will.
When Irene didn't join us for dinner, I'm thinking JR is not going to be happy about this.
Well, people.
Wow.
We're going spelunking.
Irene's not coming, you guys, because she's writing a song. And I understand, you know why? Because when you get inspired, you don't want to be interrupted.
Well, I'm inspired and I want to eat dinner.
I think Irene's agenda was to write a great song, and she was sticking to it. If anything's out there,
I got you, people.
seriously, does freaking Brooks and Dunn do this crap?
We gone country.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on Michaela, because she's not the best walker.
We had to walk through like these swampy, nasty creeks. I can't tell you how many bugs I think I ate.
There's some fat bugs down here. You know why we're out here?
Just to freaking eat?
No, we're looking for Irene Cara. Irene, are you over here?
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting Irene's.
Whoa, you guys, check this out. Look at this.
Oh my God, you guys, look.
This is gnarly.
When we busted through the woods and saw the clearing, there was a big tent, and we're all thinking, you know, it's too bad Irene's not here to share this, because this is really cool.
Oh my God,
I thought it might be fun to spend a little time out in the great outdoors, you know, a little fire. Good to have you guys here. Did you make it through the woods okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Well, I thought maybe we'd go and have a little dinner. I'm starving. Sounds great. And then we'll come out, we'll enjoy this fire, it'll be great. Come on, follow me inside. Let's go get something to eat. Come on in. How about this? Yeah. We got a spread going. So we're missing Irene?
Well, we were just looking for her in the woods.
Irene, she didn't come to dinner. I don't know what to say about that. I'm disappointed.
It's rude to go to the effort of having a meal like this. Look at how great this food is. Yeah, right on.
Appreciate it, brother.
Once they got out there, I think they really enjoyed it. And I felt that the cast was really bonding. It was a good thing for them to do.
Are you cutting up my food for me? Well, what kind of nice this lady is.
I just feel close to you.
Well, my goodness.
Sean Young was having some red wine, and I don't know when Sean went over the edge, but she definitely did.
I was trying to find a song, Fanny.
Oh, are you talking about the Reba McEntire song, Fancy? Here's your one chance to fancy. Fancy. Reba McEntire.
Oh, you finally. Oh, I've been going crazy to try to find it.
You've been
Fancy.
crazy?
Sean Young is 100 times wilder than Sebastian Bach.
Oh my God!
I think I just saw Sean out in the lawn biting the head off a bat.
Sean had had too much to drink, and their judgment started to lapse. I don't know what was going on.
Well, let's feel sad.
You guys want to go sit out by the fire?
I'm glad I'm here. Stabilize all you folks.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she's just a lightweight when it comes to red wine. Either that, or she was having a couple extra glasses here and there when we weren't watching. We were all having a great time. Everybody was loosening up and trying to bond.
Up until this point, it's been pretty light and fluffy with all of us, you know, but you can't get to where anybody has gotten to that's sitting here right now without going through some pretty serious ups and some even bigger downs.
Great country music happens when your life imitates the music and the music imitates your life, and they become one and the same.
I remember, for me personally, within a 3-week period, my girlfriend of 6 years broke up with me. About a week after that, the guy that had been my sound man for like 6 years came down with a staph infection in his wrist and died 36 hours later. I felt like I had a dump truck sitting on my back, and I couldn't even breathe.
We all felt comfortable with each other so that we were feeling like we could open up. Everybody just had this great reason for being here.
You know, we grew up, we were homeless, we lived in trailers, we were on welfare. It's different being poor in the city. You go to school and there's, 50 to 100 other kids there that are poor. When you're poor in the country, it's like an island. You're sitting there and there's nobody you can relate to.
To be singing since you were 10 and Michael's 4 and you're on stage all your life with no childhood. It was just a perfect moment. We all had something in common, that the road to success hasn't been easy. There's a victory tour and you being threatened every day on the tour. You go home, you go in the hotel.
Who's threatening you?
Lives are threatened.
Who cares?
We had to go to the concerts in an armored truck because we weren't supposed to be doing what we were doing.
Jermaine, you know one of the things I wanted you to know? I just want to say one thing. You've got a sweetheart.
Let him
Yeah,
Your sweetness was sweet.
Thank you.
It was kind of frustrating because when you're drunk, you don't realize that you're talking over everybody. Shut the up. Have another drink.
I thought that Sean had had too much to drink, and this is that side of that person. We had no idea what was going to happen next. We were just going along on the ride.
We were all bonded at the bonfire, but Sean was drinking wine, and I guess it takes a while to kind of kick in, and that's what happened. She kind of got a little animated.
When I went on American Idol, my mom got really sick. So my mom's best friend took me to my audition. My mom's best friend died 2 days before I was supposed to leave for American Idol. Then 3 weeks in, my uncle passed away. And then the month after my papa passed away.
Come on. Breathe.
Let her go.
Breathe.
It's all right, let her go.
Sean Young, you can tell now at this point that she's had a lot to drink. It did make me see a different side of her that I didn't like. So I moved away from my mom, and I moved away from, home and everything I knew. And it sucked, dude. I was homesick, and I cried every day for 2 years. I was 16, trying to cover up all of that, trying not to use my sob story so that I could have that credibility.
People said that?
Wow.
And
Them if they can't take
and so
a
at
joke.
20,
That's what I say. Them if they can't take a joke.
That's it.
Good.
I've never seen a better example to not drink than Sean Young. It's like so annoying.
Great spirit. Give me the strength to know how to approach Irene because I know she's a little complainer.
Sean prayed at the fire for the delivery of truth. I was thinking, okay, it's a little strange, maybe a little out of place because we're not feeling what she's feeling.
When she started praying to the fire gods, it was at that point that I thought, either I don't know this lady and she's very strange, or this lady's very drunk.
Amen. You were gone. Let's see how Irene's doing. What's the deal? Why did you come? We were so upset that you weren't there.
Go around the campfire.
Oh my God.
That was a little rough.
Is it Tuesday? What day is it? I don't even know. I love fires. I love fires.
we all were just exhausted. Songwriters, a beautiful bonfire. We were really tired.
I'll see you
Good
tomorrow.
night, brother. Love you, man.
And Sean just kept us up all night long.
Turn away so I can get some peace.
You have to leave now. I couldn't make sense of what Sean Young was doing. You're loaded. Okay, you're gone. Have another drink.
She was just not herself.
Sean, come on, Mama. It's so late, dude. Everyone's sleeping.
It was a little nerve-wracking, We kind of just locked ourselves in the room and said, well, they'll deal with somebody will be out there. They'll deal with it.
Sean wouldn't stop coming in my room. That's bizarre behavior. This is a pop culture nightmare.
was begging harder and harder and harder. I wanted to see if I could help her.
Such a bitch. Get the out of here. Get out of here.
The fourth or fifth time she burst in my room, somebody had to lay down the law with Sean Young, and unfortunately, would be me.
Get out of my room. I want to go to sleep, okay? You're whacked. Have another drink.
We had a raging drunk on a tear, bringing the house down, almost literally.
Come in the room, go to sleep. Sean was struggling a bit, but she was still persistent on answering. It was too much wine.
This is ridiculous. We're not going to sleep, all this drama. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, man.
What in the world is going on? The doors are opening and closing, and people are running in and out like it's a crazy ward.
This woman went psycho, okay? Period. Cuckoo.
If Sean's gonna be, acting drunk and crazy this whole time, we're not gonna be able to deal with it. She's gotta go.
We were tired and we wanted to go to bed, but Sean was just running amok. She was knocking on doors. She was intoxicated.
This was not a situation that I could stay in. I find it rather ridiculous. Not what I signed up for.
I tried to talk to her that night. She got a little tough with me, and I kind of said, whoa.
This is just uncalled for, Jimmy. It's totally uncalled for.
She was in the not so good of a good zone, so I just kind of let her go.
I don't need that.
I can take a lot of abuse. I can take a lot of mayhem. I'm used to it. But maybe Irene's not.
The reason why I left was because it was a train wreck. I'm just not suited for this type of situation. I'm just not.
It was the longest night of my life. Please, God, let me make it to the morning.
The tension in the house was really high. Irene Cara had left. I didn't know if she was coming back. We had no idea what was going on.
I don't need this nonsense in Nashville.
Next time on Gone Country.
After Sean's freak out, it was a very awkward morning.
Forgive me, and I'm very sorry.
It's not that easy, though, is it?
Time to rise, Sean!
We're on the road to somewhere.
Where the heck are we?
Holy balls, Batman. We're going to the clink. We are standing in a prison about to kick ass.
Or get our ass kicked.
I thought I was gonna be taken out back and hanged.